Hey, what's going on, y'all? BC bringing the business, man. Hey, I wanted to come on here and talk about my guys, man. You see me still repping, man, Alabama all day long, man. Crimson Tide, baby. But look, I'll be lying to you if I tell you this wasn't a very frustrating season for me, man. Sitting up watching my guys lose games that we necessarily wouldn't lose, seeing them making certain mistakes that we definitely wouldn't mistake. I mean, that we wouldn't make under Nick Saban, right? So if everybody knows that legendary GOAT, the GOAT of coaching college football and possibly football, period, just retired last year. Well, last year was his last season, just abruptly retired. So we come into this season with DeBoer, brand new coach coming out of Washington. You know what I'm saying? He did pretty good at Washington, took them to the playoffs last year, and I want to say to the championship game, but at least to the Final Four last year. So he's a good coach, and I was okay with them bringing him in when they did bring him in. You know, I was aware that we were going to have a letdown. We were going to have changes that we had to adjust to due to that big of a change. You know, you can't lose the best coach ever and get another coach and just think that the ride is going to be just as smooth. But I have to be honest that I didn't see some of the mistakes that I'm actually seeing. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see a couple of the losses that I've seen so far. I didn't see coming. And I'm gonna tell you, the Tennessee loss wasn't as bad. You know, Tennessee is a very good team. You know what I'm saying? Tennessee beat us a couple of years ago with Saban. You know, so every now and then, you're gonna have a team like that. It's been times where we win the championship, but we lost to Ole Miss. Teams like that. So that loss didn't hurt as bad as that Vanderbilt loss, man. That Vanderbilt loss was unacceptable. It was a horrible loss. You cannot lose to Vanderbilt uh, if you're Alabama, unless you're having a horribly down year. But to have a down year where you still in the mix and you still this, that, and other, you can't lose to that team, right? And in the fashion that we lost. Man, I was watching that game and it was like one of the drives we couldn't get off the field for third down. You know what I'm saying? It was coaching mistakes like substitution and personnel mistakes, and then player mistakes, man, roughing the passer, different stuff like that. That come down to being prepared and also discipline. And those were just the things that you didn't see under Nick Saban. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard watching some of those things, transpire. But I had to sit back and tell myself, man, you have to give them some grace, the boy. You know what I'm saying? Like other coaches that have stepped into the same type of situation have had similar situations. My man over in Oregon, I can't think his name off the top of my head right now. When he first went there, he had like a 10-3 season. Kirby Smart didn't, he didn't just hit the road winning championships at Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So we got to show him a little mercy and a little grace or whatever like that. And the jury's still out on him if he's the coach to fill Nick Saban's shoes, which is a tall task and it's not an easy task to do. But some of the things that I see with this Alabama team is kind of disturbing and stuff that I'm not used to. Like I say, discipline. The defense is not as dominant as it was, under Saban, man. The even let me stay there for a minute. The defense, man, just uh, we never had these problems that we having now. We're getting off the field on third down and stuff like that, man. We were better with even though we know we had a couple turnovers the other day against Tennessee, but we were better with turning guys over, man. We were better with applying pressure to the opposing team's quarterback. We were better at stopping the runs and things of that nature. And I just don't see that with us right now. And that's the difference in these ball games, man. We're not able to get the big stops that we were once able to get, under Saban. And also even on from the offensive side of the ball, start with Jalen Milrow, who I had as an early candidate and actually had the lead for a minute after winning the Georgia game of winning the Heisman. And since then, even I think we beat South Carolina. Obviously we lost to Vanderbilt, but we beat South Carolina and then took this loss. Um, it just don't look as sharp. Just don't look the same. He just don't look the same. The decision making is not there. The poise that he once played with is not there. Even he's letting them contain him a little bit in it. I mean, I ain't gonna say a little bit, but he letting them contain him in that pocket in ways that they wasn't able to contain him at one point. So the quarterback play is not looking the same. I haven't, besides Ryan Williams, who's a true freshman, 17 years old, I haven't seen really other playmakers, you know what I'm saying, step up like we would always have. And I know a lot of people gonna say it's because of the NILs, you don't have to stack no more, whatever. But I don't think it's that. I think it's the mentality of the team, man. I think it's the mentality of the team because I think we still got some talent on this team. Still got hella talent on that team, right? But I'm worried about that moving forward in the future. Okay. I'm worried about if the talent will remain on the team if we're not that successful this year. This year is going to be a huge year. If we're not that successful this year, I'm afraid of guys like Ryan Williams leaving because you got to think Jalen Milroe is going to the NFL. So if I'm Ryan Williams and I'm this freshman phenom, and in today's game where you could just move around freely, you can go get your money, this, that, and the other. I don't want to just sit up under any quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I'm not a big fan of the way the movement is or whatever, but you got to think how these shorties think. I don't know if I'm sitting up under and just waiting on another. Just playing up under another quarterback like that. I don't know if I'm doing it. So, I'm not trying to speak it into existence because I damn sure don't want it to happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if he into the transfer portal, especially if the year continues to kind of go in a direction that is going, where it's pretty good, but not Alabama standards. I don't know if he'll stay. I hope he will. And I hope Deborah has another quality quarterback on the way. I can't think of the kid that's there now. I know he's okay, but unless he's just gonna light it up next year, or we got somebody laying around, somebody in the wait, I'm worried about Williams leaving. And if anything, Alabama, I'm gonna just say haters or people that's not fans of Alabama. And I've argued with people all through the years of the last 18 years, with Nick Saban. And I have to admit, as an Alabama fan, I know y'all hate it, but we were spoiled. You know what I'm saying? We dominated for the last 18 years. Dominated, bro. Like got like 6 chips, been to like 2, 3 more. You know what I'm saying? Been in the playoffs. Like we dominated every fucking year. So of course that's what's to be expected. So now people it's over with now. It's okay. Hey, I don't know. I hope not, but maybe it is the dominating in the fashion that we were doing. Hey, y'all didn't think it was gonna last 18 years. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to do, but we did it. 18 years of dominance. You know what I'm saying? And we still in the mix. But one thing you have to admit, if you don't admit nothing else, you have to admit Nick Saban's greatness, bro. You have to admit Nick Saban's greatness. All through the years, I always heard people say, man, he only win because he got the top talent. He got this, he got that, whatever, right? But now you take somebody and you give them the same type of talent, right? You give them, because this Alabama team, even though it may not be lined up with 4-5 receivers ready to go to NFL and 4-5 running back, this is a very talented team. And you see that it's not just easy just to win just because you got some talent. Now, obviously, talent does make winning easy or whatever like that, but you still have to set you still have to set like an attitude. You still have to set a standard. You still have to, you have to set all that. And that was one thing that Nick Saban was able to do, and it just does not feel the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. It just don't feel the same. It don't feel that same Bama standard that we were used to for the last 18 years. And obviously, they're two different people, so that's to be expected. But you have to, if nothing else, you have to admit how great of a coach Nick Saban was, man. Because everybody can't do what that man did. And okay, you want to talk about the talent part. He was able to recruit all that talent. We all know that one of the biggest parts of being a college football coach is the recruiting. And he was able to do that better than possibly anybody in the history of the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's another uh what's the word I'm looking for? That tells you how great that man was. It's another attribute or something like that of Nick Saban. So as like frustrated and unhappy at times, whatever that I am this season, I'm gonna get the boy, I'm gonna give him a little more time, give him a little more grace. The man got to get acclimated. He got some big shoes to fill, man. You know what I'm saying? He got some big shoes to fill with following behind Nick Saban, which we all know is not easy to do. You know what I'm saying? So I am a frustrated fan right now. And again, the Vanderbilt loss was that's what got me frustrated the most. I know Tennessee is a very good team, so you lose to a Tennessee, especially a close game like that. Um, you just got to live with that. I can't live with that Vanderbilt loss. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I can't live with that loss. I can't live with it because if you don't lose to Vanderbilt, but you still lose to Tennessee, you was number one when you lost to Vandy, right? So even now, you beat South Carolina, you lose to Tennessee, you drop down possibly to 3, 4, 5, somewhere like that. Because think about it, you was number one and you lost to Vandy, who was a horrible team, so you drop down to 7. So if you number one and you lose to Tennessee, you drop down 3, 4, 5, still in the mix. Now, after both of these losses, check the poll today, we 15. And I can't even trip. I can't even trip about being in the 15 slot. Because a week ago, I was just talking about how great of a college season this is this year. It's a great season. People balling. Season cracking. You know what I'm saying? So if other people balling, Oregon, Georgia just beat Texas the other day, but Texas been balling, Tennessee balling, Ole Miss balling. Just keep naming Ohio State balling. Even the bottom field, Indiana, Illinois, them teams are balling. So you don't get to just sit in there because you're Alabama. You don't get to do that. So with them losing them type of games or losing them games at this point of the season, like I read something. 7 games into the season, this is the worst record that we've had since like 07, 08. Hit me that. 7 games into the season, we 5-2. This is the worst record we done had since like 07 or 08. Come on, man. We got a certain standard we used to, man. So I know a lot of people felt that we were big-headed and I admit that. Yep. Because we used to dominate, man. We used to dominance. And right now, DeBoer, you're in the hot seat as far as with the fan. Now, I don't believe in the fans throwing him away. I don't believe in the fans just saying that he can't coach or nothing like that because he was a pretty good coach in Washington and stuff like that. But I don't know. He gonna have to figure something out because again, we used to a certain standard that we still expecting, man. And you don't want that standard to go down because now you're recruiting, you know what I'm saying, takes a big hit, right? And see, honestly, this is what I see. When we had Saban and the way he was able to recruit, and even from a coaching standpoint, the way he was able to recruit the top coaches and stuff like that to come and join his roster, even at the other top coaches would leave for head coaching jobs and stuff like that, he was still able to replenish them with quality coaches and great coaches, right? So now what I think you're gonna see is, how like Georgia have a down year or two here and there. LSU will go down for a minute and stuff like that, then come back up. Ohio State will do so. Clemson, teams like that who are very good programs have down years here and there. I think we're gonna start going through that, and that's not what we're used to. We're not used to going through down years like that and having them type of down years, especially consecutive, without being in the mix to win championships. So I hope we don't go down to the point of like Auburn or teams like that, or even some years with LSU and stuff. If it's if it's 12 games in a season or something, I don't want these 7-5 seasons, and I don't even want them 8-4 seasons and shit like that, man. So I hope that we don't go down to that type of thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It'd be very difficult, to get used to, because that's not what we used to. So I just hope that the board could get it together. I hope that Jalen Milroe could get it together. Um, I hope that he can get out his own head and get back to playing the type of football that we know he's capable of playing, the type of Heisman caliber football to turn this team around. You got to think, it's a 12-team playoff, man. This thing ain't over. We 15th right now, right? If we win out, because we still got some tough games to play. I think we got to play Missouri. I think we got to play. I can't think off the top of my head, but it's a couple tough games that's left, and ACC games hold a lot of weight. So if we win out, because we definitely got to win out, and we're gonna need some help, from a couple of other teams losing. I'm actually trying to pull up this rest of Alabama's schedule. So I tell you who else, tell you who we got left. Yeah, see coming up. Um, Coming up, you got Missouri. That's a tough one. You got Missouri. You still got LSU. LSU ranked number 8. Missouri 21. You got Oklahoma. You got Auburn. You win out. Because if you beat Missouri, you beat LSU, you're gonna beat Mercer, you're gonna beat Oklahoma. Well, I'm gonna stop saying that because we lost to Vandy. You know what I'm saying? We gotta beat Oklahoma and you gotta beat Auburn. And if we beat these teams, then we get back in the race. All you want to do right now is get in the 12-team race. That's all you want. That's all you can ask for. Get in the 12. It's 12 teams. You get in the 12-team race, then we roll the dice and see what's gonna happen. But you got to get in there. Another loss, you did. Another loss, we're gonna be playing in the Takis Bowl or something against Colorado or somebody. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta win out. You gotta win out. If you don't win out, like I say, you'll get one of them bootleg bowls. You know what I'm saying? You win out, you make the playoffs. Because like I say, you got teams like LSU is ranked number 8. You win out, you knock them out. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll be ranked behind them. So you knock them out, and then a couple other teams gonna fall out due to losses. So that's why I am, man. Like I say, I admit it. I ain't gonna sit up here acting like it is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm frustrated. I'm not used to it, and quite honestly, I don't like it. But I believe that we can win out. I believe that we can right the ship and get into the playoffs and roll the dice and see what happens, man. So that's my take on this Alabama thing, man. It's still roll tide. Ain't nobody jumping ship. We still riding. I just bought some more gear. I just got some new socks and all kind of stuff come in, man. So we still roll tide, baby. So let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what you think about will Alabama right the ship. Can they right the ship? Can they make it? Can they make the playoffs? Or is this a year that we just gonna get kicked out and have to um, take these lumps and come back next year? But I don't think so. I think we can still make these playoffs, man. I think we can still make these playoffs if we win out. We're 15th now. I think we can get in there, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. It's bringing the business, man. We bring the business on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, man. Check us out. Like, subscribe, follow, share. Tell a friend about it, man. Business.